Hey everybody, welcome to NoDQ&A video here on NoDQ.com. I am the owner of NoDQ Aaron Rift, here to answer your questions regarding the world of professional wrestling. So let's get right down to it via FormSpring. Hey Aaron, what's the worst thing you have ever seen since watching wrestling? For me, even though I didn't see it, it was Owen Hart's death at Over the Edge 1999. It was so shocking. Also, why didn't they just end the pay-per-view as it was clear no one wanted it to continue? Yeah, I totally agree with you 100%. Owen Hart's death was without a doubt the darkest day in the history of the wrestling business, and as a fan, it was the hardest night to get through. I remember watching the pay-per-view with a couple of friends of mine, and we were actually totally numb to the whole thing. It seemed so surreal, and we weren't sure if it was a storyline or if it was legitimate. It wasn't until I got home and turned on the TV and saw the news report about Owen Hart that it really sank in that, yeah, he actually died at this pay-per-view. And yeah, it was just very, very unfortunate and sad and just unbelievable. And as far as whether the pay-per-view should have continued or whether it should have shut down, nobody can really judge Vince McMahon for making the decision he made. It was a split-second decision. He had to make it, right there on the spot. He had to decide what to do, and he decided that the show must go on, and I don't really blame him. He did what he felt he had to do. It's always going to be debated. People are going to say he did the right thing. Some people are going to say he should have ended the show. He probably should have ended the show, but when you're in that kind of situation, there's really no room for logic or reasoning. You just got to go with your gut instinct. So there you go. Thoughts on William Regal? I'm a big William Regal fan. He's awesome. Great wrestler. Very funny guy. The comedy skits he does are always entertaining. One of my favorite moments was actually one of the few highlights of SummerSlam 2007 was the backstage skit with him in Crime Time, and Vince McMahon loved it. William Regal, great performer. What match of the 1990s had you on the edge of your seat the whole time? Mine personally would have been King of the Ring 1998. Undertaker versus Mankind, Hell in a Cell. I agree with you on that match. Definitely a hair-raising match, to say the least. The first Hell in a Cell, Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, Bret Hart versus Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13, the Austin Rock matches, all those matches. Rock versus Mankind, never a dull moment with those matches. Always really exciting, and the crowd heat was just unreal. Great time to be a wrestling fan, for sure. How long do you think Sheamus will last as a babyface, and who do you think are the wrestlers he will feud with? Well, right now he's just starting a feud with Christian, and that seems to be the direction WWE is going right now. Sheamus and Christian, and then Mark Henry and Randy Orton. Like I said before, they could always go back to Randy Orton versus Christian one more time, but I really think they're done with the feud. That looks like they're finally moving on to something else. And I could see Sheamus going back to feud with Mark Henry later in the year. And he'll probably feud with some of the Raw guys too. He's been teaming up with John Cena. Maybe he'll feud with Miz or one of those guys, or R-Truth. You never know. What is your favorite non-biographical WWE DVD? I just finished watching the Ladder Match DVD and I thought it was epic. Can't wait for Ladder Match 2. Yeah, that one's definitely at the top of my list. Also the Hell in a Cell DVD. Just any of those compilation DVDs are a lot of fun to watch. And those are matches you can watch over and over again. They're always really exciting. The 10th time compared to the first time, always really good stuff. What is your favorite type of match stipulation? Ladder, Hell in a Cell, TLC, Money in the Bank, etc. Well, I think my all-time favorite at this point is the Money in the Bank, because year after year it's always meant something. The problem with a stipulation match is if it gets watered down, it no longer means anything. And the Money in the Bank is the one stipulation that really still matters at this point. When the Money in the Bank guy wins, he cashes it in and wins the title. And when you see that match, it's something important. With Hell in a Cell, it's gotten watered down with the whole, with the PG era and just having too many Hell in a Cell matches, just throwing it on a pay-per-view. And like in the old days, the Hell in a Cell match would be the end of a feud, and it would actually have some kind of purpose. And now it doesn't really mean much of anything. Same thing with the ladder match. You just throw it out for no reason. Yeah, they're not as good as they used to be. But the Money in the Bank is the one thing that's been consistently great since 2005. So right now, I would say that's my favorite match. What was your favorite NWO moment? There's so many of them. So many. Hard to just pick one. I think I liked when the Giant first joined the NWO, and they destroyed the set. Also, the Nitro where they threw Kevin Nash threw Rey Mysterio like a dart into the trailer, and just when Bischoff first turned and joined the NWO and they all beat him down. Just that period, like summer, fall, 1996. Some of those NWO moments, were irreplaceable. You can only make that magic happen once. You catch lightning in a bottle. It was one period where WCW was just blowing WWE away and everything they did. Do you think WWE will let Scott Hall come back? Probably not. I think it's highly unlikely that we will see Scott Hall on television. He wasn't even at the Hall of Fame this year because he's still got his problems going on and his demons. So why are they going to put him on TV in a storyline? It's just, yeah, not going to happen most likely. Hey Aaron, if you were stranded on a desert island with only a TV and a DVD player, what 5 wrestling DVDs would you bring and why? Well, going back to earlier, I'd bring the Hell in a Cell DVD, I'd bring the Ladder Match DVD, the Shawn Michaels DVD, the Bret Hart DVD, and the Hulk Hogan DVD. I think I'd be set with those 5. Alright, that about does it for NoDQ&A video here on NoDQ.com. You can leave a comment on the video at youtube.com/NoDQCAW. For those of you still wondering about why the changes were made to this channel recently, I'm going to post a video response, the state of NoDQ. Check that one out. Also check out the very first NoDQ&A where I answer the most frequently asked questions. And make sure you check all the other NoDQ and Q&A videos out. And please spread the word. Really appreciate it. Thanks, and we'll see you next time for NoDQ&A video.